What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Mermails, Atlanteans, with the new TCG format, the new TCG ban list, we finally got Dragoons back to 3. So let's pick this one up again. No Needlefiber, no Summon Sorceress, no Linkuriboh as well. Linkuriboh can definitely have a place, but again, TCG Europe, so nope. No option for us here. 41 cards in the main deck. Again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions. This is not the super finalized build. I'm also not like a huge, highly dedicated Mermails / Atlantean player. So apologies for mistakes, misplays. But again, that's always the case, right? Just feel free to take this particular list and, make changes to your own liking. With Light of Sekka, or Sekka's Light, I believe its name is here in the TCG, and with Dragoons at 3, Mermails do have new options for us TCG players, and from past couple of hours, I've been playtesting multiple builds, really. Like the Pseudo, Mary, what's Abyskoya, I believe the name is, and the Abyss, what is it called, the Mermail, it's next to the Yazi Synchro, which one I mean. I mean, there are so many options, right? More Exceeds, less Link monsters, or just go full ham on links. But what I feel like is the lack of, first of all, Summon Sorcerers and Needlefiber is of course much different compared to the OCG format. The OCG decks variant does main deck a little bit more bricks, I think, with the O-line, for example. Your Rosenix is needed because of Undyne. Undyne is just one card shenanigans, but again, no Needlefiber, so the combo of pumping out, your Nightmare or Link shenanigans is of course much different compared to us, at least compared to the OCG, because no Needlefiber again. Gamma Seal is still needed, I think, against your opponent's Tri-Gate boards, for example. Griffin, against those Vortex-alike, Floodgate-alike monsters. So, like always, feel free to leave suggestions, so let's not waste any more time. Let's see a couple of example duels. The first one here is against ABCs. I get to start, I believe, Brandish. Sentuki ABC. Going first, going second, the deck can definitely do both, but I feel going second still gives you a little bit more options. With Infantry, I believe Infantry is at 3 here in the deck. Popping your opponent's cards is still quite strong, but again, going first also gives your deck a couple of options, right? Establishing, if you see the option, not really sure, Extra Link might be an option, but, I think if you have the option to go for Tri-Gate or not, depends, right? Swap Frogs are here in the main deck, at least the small Frog engine is here in the main deck, but I've seen builds with and without the Frog engine. It might be a bit inconsistent, so it's a bit iffy, the Frog engine. It definitely has its advantages and disadvantages. My plan, or at least my thought process here was, okay, I have to, get those Joymare / Nightmare shenanigans going, have some co-linked shenanigans going, and, have both Cerberus and Phoenix active with their effects here, and that's definitely the case. And if I have the opportunity, and I had with double Dragoons in my hand, and especially Firewall on my side of the field, making Bahamut Shark as well, to have the extra negation on my side of the field. Again, super strong. But, as you know, there are so many decision trees you have to make, and a couple of options is, I believe you're definitely able to end with something like Tri-Gate Wizard as well, but I'm not really sure if you're able to end with Tri-Gate Wizard and, let's say, like a Totally Awesome. I'm not sure about that. I'm not heavily into these Mermail combos, right? I believe I attributed, I used Mulling Glacier, I believe, during the first turn for the more Link shenanigans. I'm not a huge fan of that, somewhat sacrificing Mulling Glacier for the Link summon, since again, if it's your first turn, you're basically sacrificing your next battle phase, so giving your opponent an extra turn is something that they might need to recover from your own first turn, even though your opponent will get Mulling Glacier, as what will happen now. So again, going first against Pendulum Magicians, I believe if you have the option to go for Tomahawk, you should definitely go for Tomahawk. And here, because I wanted to maximize the value out of Tomahawk, I go for Skull Dread. But the problem here is Skull Dread, okay, I'm giving the opponent an extra monster zone. Yeah, indeed an extra monster zone, but I was like, yeah, I think I have to again maximizing the value of my Tomahawk, and I think it's all okay since I can end with a card, like I think a full Nightmare board, right, with both Cerberus, Griffin I believe as well, and I think Phoenix also. So I thought, okay, this should be a very good option, especially also Ibli on my opponent's side of the field. So I was like, okay, this should be my duel, and also with the Ash Blossom in hand and the Mooling Glacier ripping 2 cards from my opponent's hand, I was like, okay, I should have the game in the bag, right? What can possibly happen? What can my opponent do? Ah, yes, I was so wrong. So anyway, go for Griffin. No Griffin effect, go for Phoenix as well. Dus again, not really an indication, but the opponent, the Pendulum deck, is under Ibli, and of course under the mutual, at least under the co-link of the Troymare / Nightmare monsters, and of course Griffin, its effect is still intact, right? But I mean, he has like the perfect options to get rid of my field. Thanks to his Master Cerberus, I believe he can get rid of, is it Unicorn? Yep, indeed, of Unicorn. And eventually he's going for Electromite as well, and he has the perfect options, but nonetheless great plays on his part by going for a Canister as well, getting rid of the Cerberus, so now the Poison Violet Magician can get rid of the Phoenix indeed. And yeah, the opponent has Ash Blossom, so that escalated quickly. What could I have done right? Now going second against Goki's, definitely one of the most, at least the best upcoming decks here for us TCG players. Goki's strong deck, especially going first and having access to Isolde and, you know, those shenanigans plays, and nope, no hand traps, so that's kind of a bummer, so I can't really interrupt anything here. And the opponent again, I think, plays it out really well, and I believe he's going to end with a Tri-Gate board with, you know, the couple of Troymare / Nightmare co-links. My opening hand is decent. Opening with the Dragoons is always fine. Light of Sekka or Sekka's Light is of course very good, but still, and that's something I haven't mentioned yet, is okay, the third Dragoons definitely helps, but I feel that it doesn't really change anything for Mermails, right? Okay, you will get, yeah, your combos are probably extended, like opening with your Abystius, for example, Abystius Dragoons. That particular 2-card combination has been extended thanks to the third copy of Dragoons, but still, the fact that you get an extra Dragoons doesn't really change. The fact that this deck is still super vulnerable to hand traps, and, you know, everyone is making multiple hand traps, Effect Failure, Ghost Over, Ash Blossom, etc, etc, so yeah, what can I do, right? So use this ability to go for my own Troymare shenanigans and making sure, not really sure why he's not using the Tri-Gate on the first Dragoons, I'm not really sure. But again, to each their own. So dropping the Megalo, yeah, indeed, Abyss Megalo, and slightly picking away, destroying his field. Again, very nice. Using the Abyss, what is it called? Is it Gundy? It should be Gundy, I think. Reborning the Megalo, and I think, unless I'm wrong, I can't go for a game, but I think I'm in a very good position here, dealing a very huge amount of damage and ending with Phoenix as well. Phoenix getting rid of the known back row, which is the Koki rematch, I believe the name is, and Griffin as well. Again, prevent my opponent from getting those extra monster effects right. And also have Light of Sekka ready for next turn, making sure that Mooling Glacier stays on the field so I don't have to sacrifice my next battle phase. And Ash Blossom in hand, so nothing really can go wrong, right? So very solid duel. But I feel, again, going second with the Gameciel, with the Kaijus, I might drop this deck to 40 cards sharp, so the Kaijus are still very important, especially because of those Floodgate monsters alike cards. So last example, again going second against Pendulum Magicians, the opponent starts off, the hand trap is very clutch, but my own Light of Sekka will be stopped because of the Ash Blossom, but you know, the opponent having, I believe, or at least ending with 1 card in hand, at least 1 unknown card here in this situation, since we know here the 2 cards, yep, the level 7 and the Wisdom Magician, yep, those cards we know, and now the Ash Blossom is revealed, and I think I should be able to attack for the game again. Abystius, eventually Infantry popping the Link monster, and then thanks to Gen X Undyne, which is still a super bonkers card, even though no Needlefiber access, you know, the Needlefiber combo of sending Rose Nix, token, and token into Link Spider, and special summoning the Gen X Controller, and Controller with the the Link Spider can turn itself into Needlefiber, but nope, not yet, not in the TCG. We don't know when we'll get these cards. So like always, feel free to leave suggestions. I mean, there are so many options here for Mermails, more Mermail cards, more Atlantean cards, but again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions. Yeah, I think I pretty much explained everything. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.